Hi, everyone. I'm Casey, Manager of Customer Success here at Vanta. You've asked and we've listened. This is our, I don't know, about maybe second or third round of a compliance deep dive when we're thinking about our policy stack. And we're really going to focus on our SOC 2 and ISO policy stack, starting with information security roles and responsibilities today. So here with me, I have Matt Cooper, our in-house expert, Senior Manager of Privacy and Risk Compliance. So I will kick it to you, Matt, to give a quick overview of what this policy is.
Great. All right, friends, we're going to start today with the information security roles and responsibilities policy. Casey, if you want to pull that up, I'm going to voice it over as we're getting into it. So the control here, I'm going to quote from ISO first. Information security roles and responsibilities should be defined and allocated according to the organizational needs. In the 2022 version, that's A.5.2. So the idea here is information security is a critical function. And in order to have effective accountability, you actually have to assign roles and responsibilities for the operation of information security controls. Well, what's that solving for? It's solving for you just, hiring someone to be an IT manager or a developer and then saying, oh, by the way, like do that security stuff. No, it's a formal thing that needs to be defined and allocated. Now, oftentimes I've seen in SOC 2 where people write control language that says, hey, roles and responsibilities for information security are defined in the job description. However, in practice, I commonly experience that people don't really assign roles and responsibilities for information security in a job description, unless it's specifically a security role. So every other role, they usually don't talk about it. They talk about the things that are specific to that role. And so then when you're getting ready to do SOC 2 like that, to have to go back and retro job descriptions is just a painful and messy process. So it's much simpler to just use a policy document to assign roles and responsibilities. That's what we've done here. Okay, let's walk through it. Now, first question I get a lot is like, Matt, I don't have these certain roles. Like that doesn't matter so much. The concept here is you're assigning roles and responsibilities for information security in accordance with your organization. So these titles, etc., can be whatever you want them to be. Now, the board will probably be pretty consistent if you have a board. Executive leadership might be pretty consistent. But when you get into like head of engineering, head of operations, like all of that, that could be, VP of IT or blah, blah, CIO, like whatever your roles are, make this accurate for your organization. Okay.
And is it also okay if your head of engineering is the same person as maybe one of your other roles that you have?
Yes, absolutely. So you can slice and dice these any way. There's nothing magical about what we've currently assigned to the head of engineering. The head of engineering and the security lead, all of those roles and responsibilities can be put on the same person. Obviously, if you're a small shop, you're going to have more and more stuff put into it. The other thing is the level of detail. Like this is a level of detail. It's a workable level of detail, but you could also, be a little bit different there. You could do it a little more high level, or you could be a little bit more granular depending upon your specific needs. Good. So then as we move down on the stack, one thing I want to call out would be, these are all like this specifically kind of like security roles. So security lead, program manager, your GRC person, head of enterprise engineering. So that's what we call IT at Vanta. But if you go on further down, the one thing I would say is you should have probably a generic-ish bucket then at the bottom for like all employees, contractors, et cetera, which is basically like, hey, you're going to follow the policies and, not break the rules. It's not that, and, maybe report, things that you see. That's pretty much it. So again, as is commonly the case in information security, it's doing the thing that's the most important. So you've assigned roles and responsibilities. What those roles and responsibilities specifically are is less important. So the auditor is going to often look that you've done you have a document, it's like reasonable, and they're not going to nitpick the details most likely. Or if they do, that level of finding would be typically what we call an OFI, like an opportunity for improvement, meaning the auditor's like, hey, you could do this thing better, I observed in the audit, but it's not, a negative mark against your SOC 2 or your ISO cert.
And what about this section here, Matt? It kind of like is called out on its own. Like what policy compliance piece? Like, is that something?
No, that's not like again, this is just what we had put as an example. In general, you want people to comply with your policies, but this language is not, particularly important. This
Okay,
is a version of the exceptions table and the violations that's kind of rolled here together. Like, hey, if
got
you
it.
don't follow the policy, you're going to be in big trouble.
Great.
That's
Awesome.
it. Easy as that.